What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Two Game Podcast, where I'm here to review and recap the final episode of Season 1 of the Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Episode 12, The Pearl. So, all has come to a head, shout out, in this final episode, the back half of the season with the East River 3, and how does it all culminate in this climactic battle? So Bad Bernie convinces Goldfin to betray his friends for riches, and that's kind of the little kicker for this episode is, Mustang Sally and then Lee the Eel. They're just want to go back home. Like, they just want to return the pearl back to the ocean, to the sea, and go back to the way life used to be. Goldfin decides to go against that, and he just wants to be king. So the East River 3 retrieve the pearl from the flooded Natural History Museum in what is like a homage to Mission Impossible, with them trying to steal the pearl. Great scenes. Donatello entrusts the Turtles' mutant allies with defusing a bomb that was set by Goldfin in the sewers. So Wingnut, Leatherhead, Scumbug are all down there trying to defuse this bomb. So the Turtles reunite finally, and Pigeon Pete and Genghis Frog also join in on the fight, and they end up fighting the East River 3 at the museum. Goldfin collapses the museum and escapes with the pearl, leaving everyone behind, even Mustang Sally and Lee the Eel. The Turtles pursue Goldfin to the pier, where Goldfin gives the pearl to Bad Bernie on a boat, but the Turtles, April, Splinter, and an army of rats kind of interrupt them. The Turtles and Splinter defeat Goldfin just as Lee the Eel and Mustang Sally realize his betrayal. There are some phenomenal action sequences in this episode along with Goldfin. I mentioned in one of the previous episodes with Goldfin that I just loved his style of combat, that how it was just so different in comparison to all of the other villains and characters. This episode's no different. And there's one sequence in this episode that I think is one of the best shots of the entire episode. Y'all can go check out my TikTok for the breakdown of this episode, and that picture is actually in that breakdown. He has them all tied up, and he is ready to crush them. And he comes up from above, and Splinter, at the last second, is able to stop Goldfin, prevents him from hitting them, and he stops him with a ladle. And it is just a phenomenal image for this series, and one of the best sequences out of the 12 episodes for sure. But just great action sequences across the board in this episode. I know I say that every single episode, but this one I feel like it is top tier. I feel like the Turtles are all working together just beautifully, and yeah, they get their asses kicked, but I just think the choreography of these fights just chef's kiss. So Goldfin pushes everyone but Bernie overboard and flees with him on the boat. Ray Fillet brings the bomb from the sewer, and the Turtles and the allies place it on the boat. They're kind of doing almost kind of like a cowabunga style Point Break sequence here, where they're kind of passing the baton to each other, and Raphael kicks the bomb onto the yacht and it explodes. The pearl is returned to the East River. Lee and Sally search for a new home, and then Bernie and Goldfin survive the boat explosion. And that is kind of where we end season 1. And just talking about episode 12 right here, I think this episode is one of the best, if not the best episode out of the 12 episodes that we got for season 1. This is one of my favorite episodes. I just think the comedy is there, maybe not so much because they really devote a lot of the time to fighting. I just really loved Goldfin. Like, anytime Goldfin is in a show, like, I am glued to my tablet screen, just wondering what he's going to say and the whole 9 yards. I think the voice casting was just pitch perfect, and I just think the character was great. Just across the board, 10 out of 10 episode. And this is why I love the Ninja Turtles so much, guys. Like, this episode was absolutely phenomenal, and it capped off a really great season on top of that. But guys, that's going to be it for me. Let me know down below what you thought about the season finale for Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I will catch y'all next time on another episode. Laters.